Kia the gorilla had a mysterious pregnancy. Her baby's arrival left everyone stunned. Crowds gasped the moment they saw the newborn. Kia, a beloved gorilla at the zoo, had a backstory that touched every heart. Born in the rainforests of Africa, she embodied the quiet strength and beauty of wild gorillas. But tragedy struck early. Her mother was killed by hunters when Kia was just a helpless infant. "We found her trembling in the underbrush," a wildlife officer recalled softly. "She was completely alone. Rescuers stepped in to give her a second chance. They brought her to the Columbus Zoo, where gentle hands and warm hearts gave her a new home. The zookeepers cared for her with patience and affection, offering her a safe place to grow. Over time, Kia built strong connections with her human caregivers. Her intelligence often caught them off guard. "She's watching everything," Maria said to John, another keeper. "Those eyes, they understand more than we think." As she matured, Kia became friendly and playful. But just after her 11th birthday, her behavior shifted. It started with tiny signs, nothing alarming but different enough to raise eyebrows. Her keepers took notice, a mix of concern and curiosity settling in. She lost her appetite, threw up some mornings, and spent hours resting. Concerned something was wrong, the zoo's vet team ran a few tests. The results stunned them all. Kia was pregnant. "That's not possible," gasped Dr. Emily. "We've carefully managed her interactions." But the bond between her and Kofu, a visiting male gorilla, had grown quietly. The discovery filled the team with joy and disbelief. They were awed to see the once orphaned gorilla, now expecting a baby of her own. It marked a new beginning in Kia's journey. Led by Dr. Emily Harris, an expert in gorilla medicine, the team prepared for the months ahead. They knew the birth would be a milestone for both Kia and the zoo. Dr. Harris and the zookeepers worked closely, logging every detail of Kia's behavior. But what they observed left them puzzled. This wasn't a typical pregnancy. "She's isolating herself again," Tom noted, scribbling in his notebook. Kia grew distant, often hiding in quiet corners of her enclosure. Her personality shifted. Now she devoured her meals, eating far more than usual. The zoo's best minds teamed up to give her the best care. They adjusted her nutrition to support both mother and baby. The staff watched her day and night, staying ready for any surprise. It's common for expectant animals to withdraw, driven by instinct to protect their young. But Kia's behavior turned more troubling. She didn't just avoid others, she shut down entirely. Her joyful nature vanished. "Kia, sweetie, it's just me," Maria whispered, offering her a banana. "Come on, you like these." But Kia barely moved, often lying still as if exhausted or frightened. Despite the change, Dr. Emily chose not to separate her from the rest of the group. A major shift, she believed, might damage Kia emotionally. As the weeks dragged on, Kia grew more agitated. Her keepers watched with nervous anticipation, knowing birth was near. They all hoped to see her bounce back to her lively self. The anticipation grew at Columbus Zoo. Then came a twist. A new vet arrived. Dr. Jason Miller, a specialist in primate behavior, joined the team. Dr. Emily wasn't sure what to make of him. They clashed right away over how to treat gorillas, one keeper admitted. "Your thinking's out of date," Dr. Jason told her in their first meeting. "We need new strategies." "I've cared for gorillas for 2 decades, Emily replied coolly. Their disagreements spread to every detail, from diet to daily routines. The biggest clash came over socialization. Dr. Emily championed natural group bonds, believing gorillas needed deep social ties to stay healthy. Jason, however, feared fights and wanted tighter control. "You're making them too dependent on humans," he argued. "And you're isolating animals that thrive on connection," she snapped back. Kia became the focus of this ongoing debate. Emily urged social time. Jason built barriers, keeping even Kofu at a distance. Their opposing views began to divide the team. Keepers found themselves caught in the middle, torn between loyalty to Daitiu, Emily's trusted care, and curiosity about Jason's strict approach. But all debate stopped when something unexpected happened. Kia went into labor much sooner than expected. "It's too early," Tom shouted, bolting from the gorilla house. "Get both doctors now." Some staff nervously joked that Kia had simply grown tired of the arguing, but deep down, everyone sensed something serious. They sprang into action and the emergency shifted everything. The crisis. The emergency forced Dr. Emily and Dr. Jason to drop their disagreements and focus on what truly mattered, giving Kia and her baby the best possible care. "We have to work together now," Dr. Emily said firmly. "Whatever our differences, Kia comes first." In that moment, their rivalry faded. Side by side, they turned their full attention to the struggling gorilla. But Kia's labor wasn't going well. Hours passed as she moaned and cried in pain, the baby still not coming. Worry grew with each minute. Both doctors sensed something was wrong. Kia's strength was clear, but the contractions dragged on without progress. "This isn't normal," Dr. Jason muttered under his breath. "The baby should be here by now." The team stood by her, hearts heavy, supporting her. Through every wave of pain, normally vets avoid interfering with wild births, letting nature take its course. But this wasn't nature, it was something else. It became obvious Kia needed help. Dr. Emily and Dr. Jason exchanged a glance. The decision was hard, but necessary. It was time to intervene. They moved quickly, driven by their shared duty to the animal they both cared deeply for. With calm precision, Dr. Emily examined Kia and gasped. "It's placenta previa," she whispered urgently. "The placenta is blocking the birth canal." The condition meant Kia's baby had no way out. The only option was surgery. As Kia's cries deepened, the room shifted into high alert. They had to act fast. Emergency C-sections on gorillas were rare, but they had no choice. "Let's do this," Dr. Jason said, nodding grimly. "We're out of time." Apologies for the pause. Before we continue, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now back to the story. Because the procedure was so unusual, the team documented every step to help vets worldwide. As the C-section began, nerves ran high. Everyone held their breath, watching the doctors work with care and focus. Then a cry rang out. Dr. Emily gently lifted a tiny female gorilla from Kia's womb. Joy exploded in the room. "She's beautiful," Maria whispered, eyes wet with emotion. But just as everyone began to celebrate, Dr. Emily froze. Another movement. Moments later, she reached in and pulled out a second baby. Gasps and cheers filled the air. No one expected twins. Female gorillas typically give birth to just one baby every few years, and twins are incredibly rare. Even rarer, both twins surviving. "Another one?" Tom shouted, stunned. "This is unbelievable." The doctors quickly examined both babies, 2 healthy infants. Despite the odds, Kia had delivered twins, alive and well, a miracle no one had imagined. Cheers and applause erupted as the team soaked in the moment. After surgery, Kia was placed in recovery while the keepers cared for her babies. Though fragile, both newborns showed strong signs of life, latching to bottles, responding to voices. "She eats just like her mother," John said while feeding one. Days later, Kia awoke. When her babies were brought near, she rose quickly, her instincts taking over. She reached for them, pulled them close, and cradled them with astonishing care. The team stood in awe. The orphaned gorilla, once lost in the wild, had become a loving mother of 2. The news of Kia's twin birth spread quickly. The zoo community, and soon the world, reacted with amazement. It was more than rare, it was groundbreaking. "In 3 decades of work, I've never seen this," one expert said after arriving to observe. Researchers rushed to witness what many called a once-in-a-lifetime event. Twin gorilla births were nearly unheard of. Now they had a chance to study one up close. With wild gorilla numbers declining due to poaching, disease, and shrinking forests, this successful twin birth brought new hope. It was proof that dedicated care could make a difference. Watching Kia bond with her babies gave researchers insight into gorilla behavior. "Look how gently she handles both," Dr. Emily whispered as Kia fed one and nuzzled the other. Scientists began documenting everything, the way she split her attention, how the babies responded, and how she adapted as a mother of two. Each detail added to the world's knowledge of these endangered primates. The twins were given medical exams, their growth tracked, and DNA samples collected to better understand gorilla genetics. These findings would help future conservation efforts and guide better care for captive gorillas. Around the world, conservationists saw the story as a beacon of hope. Kia's babies became living symbols of what could be achieved with compassion, science, and teamwork. But not everything was perfect behind the scenes. While the world celebrated, Columbus Zoo was facing serious financial trouble. "We may have to shut down parts of the zoo if things don't improve," the director warned during a staff meeting. Budget cuts threatened animal care and research. Morale was low. But through it all, one man held the team together, Mike Reynolds, the senior zookeeper. Known for his deep love of animals and steady presence, Mike became a source of strength in uncertain times. "I've got an idea," Mike said confidently. "Kia's story could be the key to saving us." With the zoo's financial crisis growing, Mike knew they needed something big, and he believed Kia and her miracle twins were it. Wasting no time, he started crafting new strategies to bring in visitors and raise funds. Drawing from years of experience, he created a bold fundraising campaign centered around the zoo's most powerful story, Kia and her rare surviving twins. The entire team understood his choice. As Kia regained her strength, her babies were thriving. Gorilla twin births are rare, but both twins surviving almost unheard of. "Most twin gorillas don't survive the first few days," Dr. Emily told the team. "Mothers may reject one or health issues strike early, but these two, they're fighting every odd." Their survival was a daily miracle, and Mike knew people would come from all over just to witness it. He put everything into action, and soon the results started to show. Media outlets began picking up Kia's story, spreading it like wildfire. Mike, working with the marketing team, reached out to journalists and conservation blogs, emphasizing just how rare this event was. "This isn't just a zoo story," he said at a press conference. "It's a conservation milestone, a miracle in real time." The media responded with excitement. Kia's story headlined major news platforms, capturing hearts everywhere and drawing attention to the Columbus Zoo. As the story spread, so did public interest. Zookeepers felt both hopeful and cautious. Reporters started arriving, cameras in. "And will all this stress Kia out?" Maria asked in a team meeting. Dr. Jason was ready. "We'll implement a schedule. Quiet hours, limited visitors, small tour groups. We'll protect the animals first." With those guidelines, the team embraced the media spotlight. They gave interviews, told Kia's story, and shared the challenges they'd faced. Each day, new faces arrived at the zoo, families, reporters, animal lovers, all eager to see the twin miracle. "We've had more guests this week than in the past 3 months, the ticket manager announced, amazed. And with those visitors came donations, ticket sales, and renewed hope. The zoo's budget crisis began to ease. Kia's journey had not only saved lives, it had saved the zoo itself. And the story inspired something even bigger, a renewed global interest in gorilla conservation. Kia and her babies became living proof of what was possible when care, science, and love came together. As the media frenzy slowed, its impact remained. Donations kept coming. Visitors still arrived. And the Columbus Zoo had become a symbol of resilience and purpose. "I never thought gorilla twins would be the thing to turn everything around," Mike said with a smile, as he watched a school group marvel at the primate exhibit. Masuba and Makomo, Kia's miracle twins, were growing, fast, healthy, and strong. Their story continued to inspire everyone who saw them. The threat to wild gorillas is still very real. Poaching, habitat loss, and disease haven't disappeared. But stories like Kia's prove that hope still exists. Thanks to the hard work of zoos, sanctuaries, and wildlife programs, the future for gorillas shines a little brighter. Did this story move you? Do you believe miracles can happen in nature too? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Sometimes it's the quietest lives that bring the loudest hope.